Let's meet the starters for the Boston Celtics. At forward, 6'7", number 30, At center, standing 6'8", number 4, Nikola Vucevic. Starting at point guard, at 6'3", number 9, at guard, 6'6", number 7, at forward, number 0, Jayson.
There's nothing like the intensity of coming down to the wire when both teams are fighting for playoff position, Grant.
Well, you know, B.A., for these teams, what you did before doesn't matter. You have to give everything in this game. It's essentially a bunch of one-game seasons from here to the finish line.
Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. Johnson and Okongwu, the duo inside. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with C.J. McCollum. And it's Daniels in at the 3. Tatum inside, Johnson on him. Brown scanning the floor. To the paint, here's Vucevic, and the power finish by Vucevic.
Look, when he's within range, Vuce is going at the rim, and he's going at it hard.
Now Alexander Walker. Last game for him, he picked up 10. And it's good for 2.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Tatum from long range. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Okongwu, the pass to Alexander Walker. Shoots over Brown. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
On the wing, Tatum. Covered by Johnson. From 13. And it's Tatum missing.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
McCollum, pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Okongwu. And he converts the layup.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Now here's Hauser, covered by Daniels. A nice shot by Tatum.
What muscle on that finish. It's hard trying to prevent Tatum from converting.
And here's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. You know, Grant, for all his competitive nature, Tatum has a pretty calm demeanor. You appreciate that?
Yes, indeed. As a team leader, a father, a role model, and a professional, you can't ask for much better than Jayson Tatum. He is the real deal.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
And it's Tatum missing.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now, a little bit in his head.
Alexander Walker with the bucket.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Outside Tatum. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Fires the 3, drops in the 3. Tatum's got 5.
Every time Tatum finds his shot, he'll take it. He loves to fill it up from range.
Back to Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
Well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money.
Kick out to Brown. White for three. The rebound by the Hawks. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
And last time out, they seized the advantage with their defensive pressure. They did a great job of just forcing a lot of turnovers.
This defensive game plan is easy, keeping it the same, making them change things.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
Now here's White, coming off a 16-point game against Oklahoma City. Here's Tatum. Rebounded by Daniels.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Outside, Brown. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Wanting it more. Jaylen Brown, this man competes. And teammates, they take notice of things like that.
Daniels outside. The kick out to Johnson. Vucevic with a steal. Here's Tatum. And finished off by Tatum.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Yeah, once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
And that one drops.
And oftentimes, you just assume McCollum's J is going in. He's this good of a shooter. It's incredible.
Outside, Brown. Picked by Vucevic. The rebound by Atlanta. Here's Alexander Walker. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Jaylen Brown picks one up.
So close on the finish. I mean, it could have been a 3-point opportunity.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Hawks.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Cadis checked in for Nikola Vucevic. Walsh comes in for Hauser. Shireman's checked in for Brown. And it's Peyton Pritchard in for Derek White. And Landale gets it to go.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
The floor is spaced for the Celtics, Richard, and they've launched threes at a record pace.
And when those shots are falling, they are tough to beat. But you live by the three, die by the three. Some say they settle when the shot's not falling.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Pass to Landale. Landale with a screen. To the middle. And the ball out of bounds. The Celtics will have it. And a look at the stats for Jalen Johnson. And the Celtics making a change here. Garza's checked in. Atlanta also making some changes. Kispert comes in for Johnson. And Vincent is subbed in for Alexander Walker. Now here's Pritchard. He's covered by Vincent. From behind the arc. Walsh can't get it to go. The Hawks lead by 5. And it's Vincent off the drive. Drops in the layup for 2.
No stopping Kuminga this time. He meets the inside contact with so much intensity, and he pretty much just goes through it.
Now here's Pritchard. He's scoreless. Pass to Walsh. A minute and a half left to play in the first. Shot clock at 6. 3-pointer Pritchard, and he buries his first look.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Now Kuminga. Kispert outside. Pass to Vincent from the arc. Queta pulls it in. Celtics trail by 4. Pritchard. Jump shot is good that time. Pritchard's got his second bucket on the night.
And they keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
You have to think at this point the winner will be the one to settle in on defense.
Now here's Vincent. And here's Kispert from the arc. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game. Pass to Walsh. Back to Pritchard. Here's Shireman. Garza passes to Queta. To the wing on the left. Here's Walsh. No good. That would have tied it.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And here's Kispert from the arc. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Atlanta on top. They lead by 2. And we'll be back right after this. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, guys, what do you think about the Hawks here in this one?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, it's clearly a focus for them in this one, and no question that all the second chance looks are paying off.
On the court for the Hawks, we got Risache. Jock Landale is out there with Kuminga. Then it's Kispert, and it's McCollum at the point. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Jaylen Brown is rounding out his game in all facets. He said, I've definitely worked on my playmaking, just being able to see the floor, making great reads, creating for my teammates, and putting pressure on the defense. Guys, back to you.
Allie, thanks for the report.
Night in, night out, Brown just makes plays.
And with Jaylen Brown on the wing, he feels like any given night he has the advantage in his matchup.
He's either too fast for the big guys or too strong for the small guys. That's the problem. He is a handful on both ends of the floor also.
Now here's Brown. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
Putting others before himself, racking up assists. Hey, I wished I played with more guys like him.
And the shot goes.
He got in excellent position, then takes it right back up.
Pritchard against McCollum. Kispert outside. Brown with the steal. Brown with the steal. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Over Kispert. McCollum against Pritchard. Back to Brown. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. And here's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. And after this one, they're at home against Sacramento. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court.
And defenses can forget how good of a passer McCollum is.
Celtics trail by 3. Here's Pritchard. He's got 5. Walsh. And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. Johnson, he's checked in for Atlanta. Atlanta leading by 3. It's tipped and stolen by Brown. Pritchard surviving the D. Pass to Brown. Six to shoot. Brown cashes in. A terrific finisher inside.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Landale with a screen. McCollum, the pass to Landale. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Can't get it to drop.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
The drive by Brown, and the jam by Brown.
That's you on defense there. You can't give Brown this much room for takeoff or it's going to be a problem.
McCollum against Pritchard. Fader on the way. Tatum pulls it in. Boston's got 3 of their 7 threes to find the net. Oh! Jayson Tatum!
Mercy, Jayson Tatum is a bad man.
Well, that's a fantastic view there from the AT&T Connected Cam. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. McCollum, pass to Kuminga. Back to McCollum. They get it back. Tries again. The kick out to Johnson. Fires from deep. Boston pulls it in. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now. Tatum from long range. Jayson Tatum! He's a sharpshooter!
Good job by Tatum to exploit the space just outside the arc.
Hawks trail by 6. And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here.
Hey, Boston, let's get going for Celtics.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Keita. Hauser comes in for Garza. And Derek White subbed in for Pritchard. Atlanta also making some changes. Okongwu's checked in for Landale. Dyson Daniels comes in for Kuminga. And it's Alexander Walker in for Rizachet.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Pass to White for 3. The rebound by Atlanta. Daniels passes to McCollum. They still need this. Tatum pulls it in.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you gotta shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
Well, few descriptions more glowing than saying a player is clutch. What, in your opinion, Grant, enables a player to be that way?
You know, B.A., it's about confidence and command. When you're able to process and execute under the pressure, both internal and external, that's when you have a chance to be clutch.
And Atlanta misses again.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
Brown, no good. Hawks trail by 8. For 3, McCollum connects from downtown. McCollum's got 11.
It appears their offense is lacking some balance right now. Maybe too much reliance on the 3 ball.
White, the pass to Tatum. Inside, Brown. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 12 points for Jaylen Brown.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
Daniels finds Okongwu. Back to Daniels. And he buries his first look.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
Outside Tatum. Pass to Hauser. Back to Tatum. From downtown, Tatum connects on the corner 3.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
And so McCollum will bring it up for Atlanta. Trailing by 8, defeated by Detroit in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, we know that on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
Yeah, they weren't doing themselves any favors missing all those free throws. You could sense the frustration mounting as the game went on.
Pritchard's checked in for Brown. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Kuminga's checked in. Johnson against Tatum. 11 feet out. It's wide right. Hits off the rim. Hawks trail by 6. To the inside. Here's Kuminga. Oh, Kuminga, just a menace inside.
Brute force on that interior. Jonathan Kuminga, let's just say he's a special athlete, folks.
White against Daniels. White with it. His offense has been fantastic, averaging just over 17 a game. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
Celtics foul.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
So far, they've shown a terrific work ethic in transition, pushing the pace whenever possible and getting out ahead of the defense to score.
And I've also liked how they've attacked the opposition off of turnovers. I mean, just making them pay for every mistake out there.
Boston's gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. And here's Pritchard. 5 points in the game. Up top, Tatum, covered by Johnson. Tatum gets the bucket.
Heating up in the second quarter. He looks locked and loaded.
2-for-1 opportunity if they can time it right.
Great way to end the quarter.
Back to Alexander Walker. And it's in there. Alexander Walker's got 10 points.
Nice feed inside, saw the play develop and hit him right when he needed to.
Here's Tatum. Tatum drops the hammer.
The efficiency from Tatum on the offensive end is terrific, not letting any scoring chances pass him by.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Alexander Walker. Let's go with a three. Drains the triple. He's got 9.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
White, the pass to Tatum. Back to White. Got it off in time. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's Jayson Tatum making highlights for Boston. He's been effective on offense, racking up 21 points so far in this contest. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
Welcome, everyone. The Miami Heat will go up against the Cavaliers out in Cleveland. That one gets going 7:30 Eastern Time.
This is going to be either a lopsided game or a terrific upset.
Now moving on to the Boston Celtics and the close first half they played.
You look at their success so far, and the result is great execution.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action.
In that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. And you know, Jayson Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
The Hawks trailing. White and Brown team up as the backcourt. Jayson Tatum out there with Nikola Vucevic. And it's Hauser in at the 3 spot. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half.
Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risks pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. White against McCollum. Brown passes to Tatum. Shoots over Johnson, and Tatum, the bucket on the assist by Brown. Tatum's got 23 points.
Okay, listen. Tatum can strike from anywhere. The mid-range is an open option for him at all times.
Well, Richard, some stars are the system, but Jayson Tatum is often admired as a selfless system player.
Yeah, Jayson enjoys being a piece of the greater puzzle. He doesn't have to have everything run through him, and I know that makes his teammates happy.
Brown passes to Vucevic. Back to Brown. White on the wing. Clock at 6. Outside, Brown. That three's off the mark.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Outside, Alexander Walker. Pass to Daniels. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Alexander Walker. Knocks down the triple. And now it's a 4-point Atlanta lead.
3 points.
A clean start to the half for them, knocking down their first 3 shots.
Tatum on the drive. And finished off by Tatum.
The quicks of Tatum on display. Jayson has a devastating first step, and he can just blow by you so easy.
He's been playing great, unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
His court vision has been on display in this one. He's doing a tremendous job just orchestrating the offense beautifully.
Man, the defender really went after him.
He's got his first free throws of the night right here.
One of the best players in the game today. Tatum's work ethic and hunger to win more championship is special.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is looking. You take a look at the Celtics. Now in second, they look to be in terrific shape moving forward. And of course, Atlanta, 3 spots down.
Well, right now for the Hawks, they're so focused on holding their ground now in the last month of the season. And of course, missing the play-in tourney means extra time to rest. They know how crucial that is for the playoffs.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Well, the Celtics have a great 1-2 punch with Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. Tatum said JB always starts the game really aggressive. I'm a naturally laid-back guy. I kind of see things out first, and then I can essentially take over when I need to. We have found that balance. Back to you guys.
A dangerous duo. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Atlanta leading by 3. Daniels with it, now guarded by White. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Daniels. And a moment to check out who the Boston Celtics have coming up. On Sunday, they'll be playing against LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets. And then Monday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks.
And for that game against Miami, anything can happen in the NBA, but they'll be a heavy favorite, and it would take a total meltdown for them to lose.
Back to Tatum, and finished off by Tatum.
Tatum just has too much bounce right there. Better be careful, you're trying to stop that.
McCollum with a screen on Brown. Here's Alexander Walker. Good work defensively by White. The Celtics have gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. For the lead. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, Tatum grabbed the floor and fed the best guy he could find.
Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Pass to Alexander Walker. McCollum outside. Out to the right wing. Daniels outside. Puts it up. Tatum pulls it in. Tatum's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Brown, covered by Johnson. Tatum, a screen on Johnson. Brown passes to Tatum. Gets stolen by Johnson. And a fast break now for the Hawks.
And leaking out well in transition. I mean, I like seeing Daniels get rewarded for hustling.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And since the All-Star break, these are the teams that have ramped up their defense. Atlanta, second.
As the season goes on, their defenders have only gotten more confidence, eagerly attacking the ball handlers and being as disruptive as possible.
Kick out to Brown. The 3 is up. Bullseye! Jaylen Brown!
He can do a lot with the ball, but Brown is just as good playing off the ball. He's always ready to catch and fire.
Back to McCollum. Launches a 3, and the 3-pointer goes. McCollum's got 14 points for the game.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Brown finds Tatum. Outside White. Pass to Hauser. Now Brown, covered by Alexander Walker. Unloads from 13. Again, the Celtics good for 2 more.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
There is no chance that this game is tied up without his offensive firepower.
It's Brown on the wing. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got his 5th assist in this one.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Back to McCollum. From deep, Johnson. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
And how about the clap back from Johnson, putting 3 on the board?
Ooh, here's White on the drive. Here's Tatum. Good on the shot. And that's now 30 points for Jayson Tatum.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Tatum checked in for Nikola Vucevic. Walsh comes in for Hauser. Shireman's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And Pritchard is subbed in for Derek White. A big group substitution here for Atlanta. Landale's checked in for Okongwu. Kuminga comes in for Daniels. Risache, he's checked in for Alexander Walker. And Kispert is subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Yep, count it. Risache's got his first bucket in this one.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
There's the steal. Kispert, the pass to Landale. Goes up and lays it in, nice and easy. Landale's got his 3rd bucket of the night. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition, just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
Good on the bucket.
And that's where Johnson does most of his work offensively, inside the paint.
Kuminga against Tatum. 1:19 left in the 3rd quarter. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
While he's a bit undersized for a 4, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
Now Risache giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. Tatum looking it over. Pass to Walsh. Here's Shireman. Clock at 6. Right side Pritchard. The 3. It's hauled in by Landale. Landale's got 4 rebounds now. Down low. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
When you let someone with this height get this close, it's going to be nearly impossible to stop, especially when he has that big of an advantage in this category.
And the Hawks making a change here. Heald's checked in. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. There's Tatum with the 3. Pure from 3-point range. Tatum's got 14 points here in the 2nd half.
And he's single-handedly trying to keep them alive. Terrific scoring quarter. Will it be enough, though?
Now here's Pritchard. Lets the 3 fly, and that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. Onyeka Okongwu, he's been the guy making things happen for Atlanta. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And the Hawks, looking at who they've got. Jock Landale is out there with Kuminga. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's Risache. And it's Kispert in at the 2. Boston trailing. Outside, Brown to tie it up. Man, Brown just showing his toughness inside.
You see the confidence building in Brown offensively. First, it was taking over stretches. Now, it's taking over games.
Pass to Risache. The 3 on target from range.
Their long-range shooting since halftime has been as strong as you could hope for.
And so it's Pritchard who brings up the ball for the Celtics. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Hornets at Spectrum Center in Charlotte. And that starts a 4-game road trip for them. Here's Walsh. It's Brown on the wing from deep. Again, Brown missing.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother
Kispert. And the call will be on Corey Kispert. That's his first foul of the game.
They're finally taking care of the ball and playing smarter. Turnovers were a problem early on.
Outside Pritchard. Outside Brown. And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game.
He did a good job of taking care of the ball in the first half, but he's been pretty sloppy since the break with it.
The Celtics making a switch here. Tatum's checked in, and the Hawks making a change here as well. Jalen Johnson, he's checked in for Kispert. Pass to Rizashea. Outside Johnson. Landale with a screen. Three-pointer. And Johnson is good for 3. And the Hawks lead by 6.
Yeah, Johnson will take advantage of a look from 3 every time.
Here's Tatum. Here's Walsh. Fires the 3. And Peyton Pritchard good for 3.
And that's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Inside, here's Landale, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Boston making a switch here. Garza's checked in. And it's Boston scoring again.
Hey, draw him up a solid play, get him an open look, and he delivers.
And late in games, throw out those analytics. Give me the mid-range. The shot, it just works.
Pass to Johnson. To the paint. Here's Landale. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
It's like he needed that halftime break to gather himself. Now he's starting to get his confidence back here.
Here's Tatum. Too easy for Tatum, even with the contact.
He's been a bright spot in their play today, but he could really use some help.
Atlanta leading by 3. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Knocks down the long J.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, and you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire. And another one. That's 5 total threes on the night from him so far.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And when Johnson gets an opening, no question he's looking to power it down.
Outside Pritchard. Pass to Tatum. Left side, Brown. No good on the 3.
And with his team trying to trim this margin, his struggles this quarter, they're not helping things.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Celtics. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan.
Hey, Boston, let's get...
And some changes here for the Celtics. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Queta. Hauser comes in for Garza. And it's White in for Pritchard. Atlanta also making some changes. Okongwu's checked in for Landale. Dyson Daniels comes in for Kuminga. And it's Alexander Walker in for Rizashea. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. He told his players, we are right there, guys. This game is ours. Continue to work hard, and we will win this game.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
Here's McCollum to the middle. Here's Alexander Walker. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
The combo guard skills of McCollum. Not just a scorer, he's also a more than capable passer.
Kick out to Brown. Alexander Walker grabs the board.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Daniels a screen on White. Okongwu finds McCollum. An easy 2 on the layup. McCollum's got 5 points in the quarter.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Here's Tatum, and count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Defensive foul.
And that one falls for Tatum.
Now look, from the moment he stepped into this league, Jayson Tatum has been a difference maker. Every team in the league is looking for guys like him. Long, athletic, and most importantly, winners.
Outside, Alexander Walker, and he lobs it up. Very pretty alley-oop.
Just a perfect pass and some pretty slick body control on the finish, too.
Man, that's butter. Here's Tatum, and finished off by Tatum.
And this is exactly who Tatum is, someone who doesn't back down from taking the big shots.
On the wing, Daniels, defended by Hauser. Here's Daniels. Oh, the feathery touch. Dropped it right over the rim.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
Now White fires the 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Good work by Tatum, keeping his options open. He knew he had that kick out if he needed it.
On the wing, Alexander Walker, defended by Brown.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Celtics trail by 3. White outside. No good. Couldn't tie it up. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Atlanta. It's stolen by Tatum. 1:51 left to play in the fourth quarter. To tie it up. Cash from downtown.
Over the years, we've seen constant growth from Tatum as a playmaker. Part of the reason why he's an all-NBA first team.
Johnson a screen on White. McCollum. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by McCollum.
Oh no, that was a huge turnover. That cannot happen at this point in the game.
Boston's gone 4 of 9 from three-point range in the fourth. Right side, Tatum. Can't get the go-ahead bucket. Atlanta's gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the fourth. McCollum outside. Oh, a gorgeous feed. He hammered it down.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play, coming through when it matters most.
Here's the pass to Brown to take the lead. The triple drop.
Some players shrink when the pressure's on, but he lives for these moments.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. Here's Okongwu, and he slams it down.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Tatum. Ooh, he leaves no question.
The guy you want taking this shot. Tatum gets fired up and delivers.
And thanks to AT&T for a great look at that dunk on their connected cam. .30 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Daniels. Johnson outside. Oh, unanswered slam.
And how about Daniels embracing the spotlight? He loves hitting these big-time shots.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. Critical critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. How do you think this is going to play out?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
If they've got a surefire quick bucket play, let's just say now's the time to use it.
Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth, just couldn't finish. And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Jaylen Brown, fifth personal foul.
Good on the first, and that'll put him up 2.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
And those were some big-time shots. Those free throws helping make this a 3-point game.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
If they leave the arc open, take it. But it may be safer to get a quick 2 and then foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point, so I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul game.
And so it's Atlanta who scrapes by with a win. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.